My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 6, 2024. It is 2:30 a.m. I was just going through Twitter looking to see what I can share with you. I was watching a lot of dog videos and I realized I'm wasting time. The night is almost over. So I have about 9 tweets that I probably gonna put on this channel and 4 tweets that I might put on Pure YTE. I'll see when I'm editing and how long I stay on each of these and see if I could put all in one or just do the way that I sort of put them. And these are some videos that should be on our part of Pure Service. I have not recorded yet. So let's look at the numbers and then go on Twitter. Oh, why do I have all of this? Okay, so let's see here. 4,415 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. My estimate revenue stuck in the 100. And I had 2 videos out. This video I recorded yesterday, last night, and I put it out the same day. But the first video, the 6 a.m. video, where is it? I should have more videos. What happened here? Oh, I probably on the one. Let's see. Okay, sure. I was like, I knew I have more videos. I'm going on vacation. I need some videos for you guys. So the first video did not do well. It has 180 views only, but I realized lately my videos are not getting that many views. It could easily be people don't want to watch, but I think there's some sort of a suppression that's going on, so I'm gonna leave it as that. Okay, let's just go at analytics. Okay, 1,247 views in the last 48 hours, and these are the numbers. So let's go on Twitter. So this is the first tweet. That's a retweet. There's no comments. Let's go into it and let's pause and read the caption here. Why then these guys protest that crossbow attacker? Oh, there was a crossbow attacker? Why then these guys protest that crossbow attacker? Why is there no complaint against Welsh TV presenters after Hugh Edwards? Sarah feels that people's desire to know the Southport killer's identity will allow them to justify the riot if he was Muslim. Okay, I'm just sharing this with you. I didn't go too deep from past videos about the killers of the kids and stuff like that. Now that I thought about it, I think I know why I didn't do it. Because of YouTube, who did not want people to talk about children. I'll put the look on the screen of their rules that they had just how do they call this? What is it? YouTube policies. Alright, so that's why I probably didn't bother going. I completely forgot about that. But I was not too interested into sharing it anyway. But I remember it has to do with the YouTube policy. So let's hear what James O'Brien caller has to say. It's 1 minute and 4 seconds. Screenshots, okay?
How many inquiries have been done that have shown that the police is institutionally racist?
Yeah.
You know, why don't these guys protest that man who killed his ex-girlfriend, her mum and her sister with a crossbow? Why were there no riots about angry white men who kill women and their family for no reason? Why is there no complaint against Welsh TV presenters after Hugh Edwards? You know, the fact that the first thing we wanted to know after this terrible attack was what color was this attacker? Yeah. What religion is he? And the answer to stop all of these riots apparently was to just tell everyone early on he wasn't Muslim. So if he was, therefore this would all be justified. You know,
that's a horrible subtext. I'm glad you've picked up on it. I found myself wondering that this morning. Is
what would have happened if he had been. Because, I mean, it's hardly conceivable that the response could have been more violent and more unpleasant.
Okay, so I don't know anything about some of the things that she mentioned, but that's a valid point. But it seems like the people she's making reference to are white men, and nobody's protesting about it. So let me come over. Okay, I just saw this. James has a come over. LOL. I had to look. So he's getting bored. But anyway, let's leave that alone. I don't know much about the topic that they're discussing except for the riot that has been going on, and I'm aware of the kids that were murdered and all of that. So let's leave that alone. Go to the next one. I've already have issues with YouTube. Okay, so there's another one here. Color Gary, who attended a far-right riot in Middlesbrough, thanks black people, and those from the Middle East and Asia are the main culprit of causing grief. Oh, okay, almost 2 minutes on this one.
What is it that you wanted to protest against?
Basically all the boats coming in, all the immigrants coming in, causing problem, causing grief. That's what I'm protest about. That's what I'm fed up of, really.
Which people are you thinking of when you go on these protests?
Asians.
Asians?
Yeah.
Right, so all Asians are who you're thinking of when you think of the people causing all the problems, all the immigrants?
Asians and black people.
Wow.
Right. So you drove from Harlow in Essex to Middlesbrough to protest against black people and Asian people. Basically all non-white people is what you're saying.
Yeah, because they're the main issue.
All non-white people are the main issue.
Well, from what I'm seeing.
Wow.
What are you seeing? Because from where 99.9% of the rest of the country is seeing, all black people and all Asian people are not the issue, Gary.
Well, from what I'm seeing, from the problems that's going on from South, look at Southport, look at the Manchester airport incident. You know, who's starting all the grief?
Wow.
And the colour of their skin is what you think is the main driver of that?
Well, they don't know any order. They don't have any order.
And who's they? Sorry, the they is, again, all black people and all Asian people. And the black people and the Asian people who you come into contact with in Harlow, do you accuse them of being as apparently violent as the people that you've seen being violent who also have that skin colour?
It's weird. As I'm listening to this, all I'm thinking is the people who love to stir the pot are just sitting back, just laughing. All I'm thinking is King Charles and the presenters just sitting back, sipping on their tea, looking at the chaos that's happening because no attention to them. That's all. Wow. They know those people very well to gaslight them. There was a video that I saw. It was on IG, but I think it was from TikTok. And the person put an image of herself who had an operation where they had to cut something near her throat, but to get to the location of somewhere in her spine or something like that. And she said it was an immigrant who did that. She didn't say which, if it's an Asian, Indian, or did she mention who? All I remember was that it was an immigrant who did that for her. Otherwise, she'll be having pain for the rest of her life. So, wow, this is sad. This is very sad. Let's finish. There's a video that I have about Harry and Meghan. Someone shared it again and said Meghan sort of warned us about there was racists in the country, but nobody was listening. But you have Meghan, for instance, who was doing good thing for the UK. They didn't see it. They just throw the, how will I say that? I guess the squirrel for the racists to continue their nonsense, and eventually she had to leave. You know, when I say leave, I also have to think of William, who made sure Harry left. But let's finish listening to this.
No.
So it's not all black and Asian people then, is it?
Wow. It's very sad. Okay, there's more. Oh, no. watch full episode. So if there's a full episode, just go watch it directly, because I don't want YouTube to give me issues. But I just like to show the part that's on Twitter. Okay, racist confirmed, Moan confirmed. Well, the crime stats more than back him up. Can talk about that though, Tom? I don't know what to say. I'm not in the UK about that. What is that? I truly despair. This guy and folk like him are the only reason that people like SXPR, who's that? Adam Brooks, there's all these people he tagged. And yes, the rank master, Nigel Farage, that's the guy who came to the RNC in the US, have any influence. So bad, Mr. James. Okay, right, not protests. Alright, so there's all of that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, the British media claim Duchess Meghan did not face racism because there was no racism in the UK. Today, the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned far-right thuggery amid violent racist attack on Muslim and other minority communities. People in this country have a right to be safe, and yet we've seen Muslim communities targeted attack on mosques, other minority communities single out, Nazi salutes in the street, attacks on the police, wanton violence alongside racist rhetoric. So no, I won't shy away from calling it what it is. Far-right thuggery, Stormy said from Downing Street on Sunday. There's no comment. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Alright, this one was very interesting. It's an image of husband and wife. Alright, this one said, had they just been exhumed? Married racist couple who attacked Kurdish men with a metal pole screaming, "Go back to your country," are jailed. Wow. If she was healthy, she would have been a very pretty person. She must be on something. Whatever. Nah, new Marvel film. Budget and what they used to be. Crack Panther and Iron Man. Yeah, she's definitely into things. That's very sad. I've seen livelier corpses and weekends at Bernie's. Okay, oh my. Stop it. Let me leave that alone. Let's go to the next one. Alright, this one I saw. Was it on TikTok? Oh no, it was on Twitter. Alright, let's pause. These riots were started by the political and media establishment, solidarity with everyone under attack. Race riot. So let's listen to it. There will be a screenshot. Just listen.
So Britain's descended into race riots. I don't know how any journalist sees this and stays quiet. We just had an election soaked in racism and most of the media wasn't fazed by it. I almost can't believe what I'm seeing. Images on my phone I'd rather see in museums. I mean, up and down the country. Broad daylight terrorism. Like everyday white men and women. But these people being violent to immigrants ain't too surprising considering the times that we're living in. Heightened suspicions and rising divisions are direct products of right-wing conditioning. The message is consistent. And it's coming from pundits, professors, and politicians. Your anger should never be directed at the system, only at these immigrants who threaten your position.
Especially with, what is it? Isn't Charles just got a pay raise for doing absolutely nothing? This is what I was saying. When you look at some of the tweets that I respond to, and I was like, this is nothing. It's gonna get worse. So I don't know if this is the worst part, but knowing the way the system in the UK is, that huge pay raise that this guy just got, and then for doing absolutely nothing, and then you have William who's not showing his taxes and things like that. These were the issues. All of a sudden, they need to change the narrative. Remember, every single subjects in the UK are disposable. Okay? So they using the crazies, the one who have no hope, like those two pictures that I just showed you. Well, one picture that has those husband and wife. Okay, they're using them to carry out the chaos, so attention could stay away from them. Okay, so let's continue. Oops, come on.
Britain's struggling to cope with the world it created. A world where colonies propelled it to greatness. A world of institutions keeping the elites in position to dominate the people in the streets. Britain created this world. exploiting the poor is how its elites made all their wealth. But the
Bingo. He got it. He got it. That's exactly that. Exploiting the poor because they want to stay up there. Meanwhile, there's an image. Just look at the screen because I have it. Where you have the royal family on top. I think there's the prime minister on top as well. And below it are the rich, whatever the title they are. And then below that you have the police protecting them from the people below, which is the subjects. Okay? So this is exactly what's happening. Whoever did that image did a wonderful job with it. That pretty much explained what's going on in the UK. As soon as they almost getting the idea of how the system is getting close to the monarch, they create a chaos somewhere. Okay? Every single human being in the UK, if you're not up in the social class, you are disposable. Very easily disposable. Alright? Including children. I'm sorry to say that.
the country's unlikely to find the time it needs to unpack the psyche behind these violent deeds. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but even if you did get rid of all the foreigners tomorrow, your leaders would find a way to rebuild the story around some other group trying to steal your glory.
Exactly.
Then they would continue to terrorize and molest their way around the world like they have done for centuries.
Exactly.
And this will continue to drive instability, which boomerangs back on you eventually.
Yeah, these people thrive on chaos. If people are not, because they're so freaking lazy, they prefer creating chaos around the world, and then for them to just sit there. I don't know. We live in a freaking bubble. Okay, the Earth I see it as a bubble. There is no other planet we could, even though we're trying to go out of space or whatever, but the way that we live here, which is meant for us, where we don't need extra things unless if you smoke yourself out, where you need respiratory things kind of thing to help you breathe. But this is the only planet you could live the way you are living right now. But these people, I don't know. We live in a fishbowl. They're destroying it. I don't know. When do people gonna stop and think? Whew, I don't know how to say it anymore. There's that million of us are angry but not rioting. We voice our discontent at the ballot box. Exactly. Then they use that as well against us, and then at the same time they use the media to blindside you, create a narrative to go vote against your best interests many times over. That's the way I see this comment here. It looks like you're not willing to acknowledge the left role on the situation. That's only going to make things worse. And I think he understands the situation of it all. If we knew what drew from the millisecond of what triggered the people who did whatever they did to the children, we will get to the bottom of the story. And my humble opinion, the minute that I heard this story, I felt like it came from someone else to stir the pot. Okay, let me read this and then move on. Solidarity with the ones who decided to leave Europe. Okay, so that's that. All right. And then the other thing is, the UK, many citizens of the UK are living around the world, especially in Spain. And then when Spain the Spanish government is asking them to, for documents, or they have to live and everything like that, and then they think it's unfair. I don't know. Whoever lives in Spain could elaborate more on that, because I'm just reading things on Twitter and news and articles and all of that. Alright, next tweet. The other day he was twerking for them. Okay, so I don't follow him. This is Andrew Tate. I remember how I first came across him. It's what's that young lady who what's her name? Andrew Tate, and what's her name? It was as if the thing was happening in front of me. He responded, and then next thing you know, there was a pizza box on. It's somewhere on my channel. There's a pizza box in Romania, and then meanwhile Romanian police were looking for him, and then they got what's that tag? How do they call it? Not the barcode. It's similar to barcode, but they changed it to a different thing. And then the police got the barcode. For now I'm calling it barcode, but it's something else. and realize where he's at, and then they'll arrest him. Ever since, things been going downhill for him. But and at one point he was on what's the Piers Morgan show. Alright, so this is why this guy is saying the other day he was twerking for them. So that's the Andrew Tate here. This is the first time in my life I'm getting serious racist insult for being brown from white people in the UK. Not a good look. What did you expect? When you're on their side to help put down the other group, they'll elevate you. They'll elevate you. They'll put you on a pedestal. Meanwhile, when everything boiled down to, you one of them. They were just using you. Okay? This guy has a massive identity crisis. He really does. People like Andrew Tate don't realize that pandering to racists will never endear you to them. They'll use, that's it. They'll use him for as long as he's useful to them, and then they'll turn on him. As long as a drop of black blood runs through his vein, he will never be good enough for them. Bet. That's pretty much it. That pretty much sums up everything in a better way than I could. Okay, is that an ad? No. You may be the master's favorite dog. Wow, you may be the master's favorite dog. You still have a master and you remain a dog. Clowns like this, that's here, never learn. Shaking my head. That's it. Okay, men who help fuel leopard who eat faces party complain about leopard who eats have come to eat his face. Okay, he thought they accepted him. He's been calling people the N-word with a hard R for the last few months, yet he's angry about this. Alright, when the racists you foster turn against you, that's pretty much that. Can't say I feel sorry for him. He encouraged some of those same folks. Bingo. He suffers from identity crisis, a vile opportunistic man. He also used the N-word without the consequences on this app the other day. I don't follow him, so that's that. Okay, then he called someone the N-word there recently. So that's that. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. There's more, but let's leave it alone. This is a video. I don't remember what this. Oh, she pretty much hand herself to the police. This is very funny in a way. Imagine doing jail time for this stupidity. 10 seconds.
Go on!
Boom. You see?
Get on! Go on!
You see, this is what happened when you're in a group. People are cheering you in to do stupidity. Look at this. At the end, they all laughing at her. I don't know why people don't get these things. Okay, he didn't even think about her. That's true. This is in sport. This is abuse. The IOC. Okay, so that's a ad. There's a laugh here. Epic fail. Okay, be crying in court when gets sentenced, no doubt. She's made a right mess of that. I have a feeling that this is not their first stupid decision in their life. Their lives are usually a serious or unfortunate stupid decision. Okay, what do you have people who have less IQ than a dry lettuce? LOL, these are the same idiots who boast about their IQ all day long. Okay, it really is like watching brain dead people. Clown. Okay, the thing is that he didn't coordinate with the guy. The guy pushed it and he was still holding on. And then he ended up, or she ended up, giving herself to the police. Next tweet. Alright, so this is another thing from TikTok. I don't know if I shared this already. Alright, so let's see here. This is one of the squad who retweeted it. Okay, this almost applies to every Western countries going through far-right hate. Racism think they can be great on an island only when they were the serf to the ruling class and are still serf now. Instead of blaming the ruling class, they attack those who keep their country alive. Okay, we're gonna listen to it. Let me just read these comments and then move on. Go into it, I mean. Yeah, I'm trying to see how she's a Karen though, because I'm not seeing it. Okay, her name is Karen. The name Karen have been, used as, white people being, crazy thinking, but her name is truly is Karen. There she is laughing. Oh, LOL. Oh, you're amazing. Much respect to you. It goes deeper. When a friend of mine was told to go back to where they came from, she replied, what, Essex? She's a teacher educating kids of these fascists. We can only pray the future is bright, the future is compassion and diversity. All right. There's a comment that I did. I retweeted it and I said, maybe I should look for it. Let's finish this one first. Okay, let's pause again. The Black Karen. Quote, I don't take too kindly to racists who think they can... I'm laughing because the comment says, I don't see how she is a Karen, but her name is Karen. Okay, I don't take too kindly to racists who think they can target helpless immigrants and think they can get away with it. So let me give you a quick history lesson. Follow TikTok, that's her thing here. Okay, let's listen. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. There will be screenshots, okay?
Let me tell you, dirty, dingy, dusty, racist prick Sutton, yeah? You want to start racist riots?
First thing, her skin is beautiful and her teeth is white. That's two things. Look at this. Her face is very clear, smooth, and everything like that. No pimples. Whatever she is using, it works well on her. Okay, so let's continue.
Around the UK. But you don't know your fucking history. Well, I'm here to give you a history lesson. The reason why immigrants came to this dusty, dingy fucking country is because half of your men were wiped out by World War II. They didn't do it because they wanted equality. They didn't do it because they wanted diversity. They wanted black people to come over to this country and rebuild it again. And you want to know the real reason why you won World War II? It's because India, India sent around 1.2 million Indians to come and fight the fucking fight because they were part of the Commonwealth, you understand? So if you knew your history, you wouldn't be going after immigrants so hard. India, yeah? And you're talking about you want your jobs back. What jobs are you talking about? Where are they? Are they on Indeed? Are they on Total Jobs? Where are they? Because there's 9 million jobs, that you can access, that you can apply for. So where the are these immigrants taking jobs? What, you want toilet cleaning? You want office cleaning jobs? You want carer jobs? You want car wash jobs? You want nail salon jobs? You want barbershop jobs? That's what you're angry about. The reason why you don't have those jobs is because you don't have the skill set. You don't add to anything. You are labourers. That is what your history is known for. You are factory workers. You are miners. Most of you work in construction because you can't string a sentence together. But you want to target immigrants. How dare you? Let me tell you something else. The reason why you don't have jobs is because the UK don't export anything. They don't build they don't do and they don't invent and you people ain't gonna work for £5 an hour in a factory. You're best staying on benefits. So instead of being angry at the immigrants trying to make an honest fucking living, I suggest you look towards the Houses of Parliament, because those are the people who put you in poverty. And you can throw all the racist parties you want. We ain't going anywhere. So get used to it. And if it worked for the immigrants that came over here and made your country great again, you'd be living with animals, piss and shit. Do you understand? Oh. And the homeless and the toothless can't tell me shit about this country. This is my country now. Do something. And I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about racist white people. And if you feel offended by this video, then it's you me a part to.
Okay. There's that. OMG, I love this woman. Follow her on TikTok. Okay, go to her TikTok and look what she calls herself. Okay, she ain't no Karen. She is spitting facts. Go to her TikTok. There's that. Bit harsh on us in the construction industry, but otherwise bang on. Okay, I'm construction too. That's not a Karen. She was just stating facts. Okay, it's a black Karen. What is that? I'm not on TikTok, so let's see here. She has 20.8 thousand followers. Okay, so that's that. This is what happened when white men like you, with no real interest and understanding context, the origin of the term Karen by black people, try to misdirect things. I don't care if your flag says Palestine, etc. Get educated on the issue before spotting ballot. Okay, so that's that. Let me leave that alone. Oh, so that was it for... Oh, no. There's more. Wait. Let me make sure I get everything. I think I'm going to put the same thing again. Okay, so that was the one I just came from. I'm almost done. So this is the last one that I have here before I go on Pure YTE. So there's this here. Is that comment? This is the only comment. Oh, that has Andrew Tate. Someone retweeted Andrew Tate. Okay, when a certain black princess sounding the alarm of the racism she was receiving from the British press, some black Brits turned a blind eye. Now, look what's going on. Are you still going to dance for your white supremacy, aka royals? Where are they during this time of darkness? Okay, so let's go into that. The retweet was the Andrew Tate thing. I went over it already. I'm going to drop this here again for everyone to see. Alright, it's 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Alright, so that's probably going to be the end of this video because it's pretty long. Who knows what I'm gonna say in between. And there'll be screenshots, okay?
That was the start of a learning journey for me. I became aware that I'd been living in a bubble within this family, within this institution. And I was sort of almost trapped in a thought process or a mindset. Within the first 8 days of our relationship being made public was when it said Harry's girl almost straight out of Compton. And that her exotic DNA will be thickening the royal blood. You would get followed, photographed, chased, harassed. The clicking of cameras and the flashes of cameras makes my...
This is why I said the UK is very good at psychology. There is people, okay? There is the citizen into... how will I say that? Into whatever it is that they want to get to the final point, which is pretty much to chase her out, to hate her. So there is the people into it with nice words, you know, exotic, but yet very harsh at the same time. Very offensive, but ease to the brain. Okay? And then later on, they keep on going, and then you see what happened. Okay? So the UK is very good at psychology. This is what I mean. That's what I've learned from following Harry and Meghan since I've been following them. Let's continue.
My blood boil. It makes me angry. It takes me back to what happened to my mum, what I experienced when I was a kid. But it went to a whole new depth with not just traditional media, but also social media platforms as well. I felt completely helpless. I thought my family would help. But every single ask, request, warning, whatever it is, just got met with total silence or total neglect.
They know because they're right on top. They already know, especially Charles. He knows the pattern. And at first I thought he really, well, that's his way also of showing the facade, but deep in the background, behind the scene, he knows how to play the game, along with that host next to him. When you look at what happened to Princess Diana, so that's another thing. That's very sad.
We spent 4 years trying to make it work. We did everything that we possibly could to stay there and carry on doing the role and doing the job. But Meghan was struggling. I think people have seen the photograph of us, you know, squeezing each other's hands as we walked into the Royal Albert Hall in London for a charity event.
Yeah, he talked about that with Oprah, not knowing what was going on in her mind.
She was 6 months pregnant at the time. What perhaps people don't understand is earlier that evening, Meghan decided to share with me the suicidal thoughts and the practicalities of how she was going to end her life. The scariest thing for her was her clarity of thought. She hadn't lost it. She wasn't crazy. She wasn't self-medicating, be it through pills or through alcohol. She was absolutely sober She was completely sane. Yet, in the quiet of night, these thoughts woke her up.
Yeah. All this is the media, the people in the UK, the tabloid, all of them. They're very good at that. Very, very good at that.
The thing that stopped her from seeing it through was how unfair it would be on me. After everything that had happened to my mum, and to now be put in a position of losing another woman in my life, with a baby inside of her, our baby, I'm somewhat ashamed of the way that I dealt with it. And of course, because of the system that we were in and the responsibilities and the duties that we had a quick cuddle. And then we had to get changed and I had to jump in a convoy with a police escort and drive to the Royal Albert Hall for a charity event. And then step out into a wall of cameras and pretend as though everything's okay. There wasn't an option to say, you know what, tonight we're not going to go. Because just imagine the stories that come from that. While my wife and I were in those chairs, gripping each other's hand, the moment the lights go down, Meghan starts crying. I'm feeling sorry for her, but I'm also really angry with myself that we're stuck in this situation. I was ashamed that it got this bad. I was ashamed to go to my family. Because to be honest with you, like a lot of other people my age can probably relate to, I know that I'm not going to get from my family what I need.
Instead,
They had a son.
And then they make it worse. That's the thing. They made the situation worse. And then the brother add to it. It's unbelievable. They went through hell. And this is why Meghan was saying she hasn't even scratched the surface yet of what she went through.
I'd far rather be solely focused on, rather than every time I look in his eyes, wondering whether my wife is going to end up like my mother and I'm going to have to look after him myself. That was one of the biggest reasons to leave. Feeling trapped and feeling controlled through fear, both by the media and by the system itself.
He went through
which
hell.
never encouraged the talking about this kind of trauma. But certainly now, I will never be bullied into silence. One of the biggest lessons I've ever learned in life is you've sometimes got to go back and to deal with really uncomfortable situations and to be able to process it in order to be able to heal. For me, therapy has equipped me to be able to take on anything. That's why I'm here now. That's why my wife is here now. That feeling of being trapped within the family is, there was no option to leave. Eventually, when I made that decision for my family, I was still told, you can't do this. I was like, well, how bad does it have to get until I am allowed to do this? Well, she was going to end her life.
Yeah, the thing is, they wanted Meghan to go and him to stay. And he was like, nah, we're both gonna leave. That's the thing they didn't expect. You know, the Nigerian summit of the document from Simon case and all of that, the brother hired to write this out. I mean, what did he expect? It seems like when the royal family or any racist people, I don't know, when they're thinking of a situation, they look at the finished product, what they want to get out of it. Meanwhile, they don't look at the process, the ripple effect of every step. Each step you make, there's a ripple effect, there's a consequences, there's something that could affect something else. They don't look at that way. They just go through it and then get to the point, and then later on you see everything crumbling down. They don't care still, as long as they got what they had, what they wanted, and then they'll think of the next thing to put a bandage on it. Oh my God, these people are crazy.
It shouldn't have to get to that. Do I have any regrets? Yeah, my biggest regret is not making more of a stance earlier on in my relationship with my wife and calling out the racism when I did. History was repeating itself.
Everybody saw it.
My mother was chased to her death while she was in a relationship with someone that wasn't white.
When I say everybody, I would say most people, the one who saw reality, but the other ones who were inflicting the pain, they were leading the charge to make it happen again, you know. But luckily Harry saw reality and changed course. And when you look at, even though I've always said the brother kicked them out, but you have to see how Harry decided to leave. Okay, they went on vacation. For those who did not know, they went on vacation somewhere in Canada. And while in Canada, I believe he flew back to the UK for the Sandriam Summit and things like that, and left his wife and son over there. Because from my understanding, they claim that the monarch, at that time the Queen was alive, so Charles didn't have access to, wasn't the monarch. So I don't think the Queen has custody of her great grandkids. For the grandkids, like Harry, when Harry was a minor, the Queen had not possession, custody. That's the word, custody of him. But for Harry's kids, she doesn't, because Harry's kids, Archie and Lily, are great grandkids. So at that time, so he wasn't. But to make things much easier, where he only has to think of himself to leave the UK, because, you know, in the UK, they could make anything happen. So he left his family in Canada and went to the summit. When everything, they wasted his time because they already had the document ready and everything like that.
Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
And made the choice for him. But the way he did it, very smart. Left his wife and child over there, and then you know, just went and dealt with his family, and ever since they never went back. Did they? They went back. There's the Queen's funeral. There were some other thing, One Young World. So Meghan did come back, but the kid, well, forget Lily. Lily born in the US, but Archie hasn't been. Yes, Archie been back for the Jubilee, I believe, wasn't? And whose birthday was it? Somebody's birthday. Was it Archie's birthday or Lilibet's first birthday? So yes, they went back. Never mind, they went back. Each thing that I put, what I said, I have to think again. They did went back, but ever since the Queen passed, that was it. I guess this is the point where they haven't been back. Harry has gone back to the UK a couple times and court for different things. All right, let's finish this.
And now look what's happened. You want to talk about history repeating itself? They're not going to stop until she dies. It's incredibly triggering to potentially lose another woman in my life. Like, the list is growing. And it all comes back to the same people, the same business model, the same industry.
That's why.
Because my father used to say to me when I was younger, he used to say to both William and I, well, it was like that for me, so it's going to be like that for you. That doesn't make sense. Just because...
That's the thing. Harry, the youngest, is the smartest over there. And this is why they had to get him out of here and separate him. They tried to cover up his brain, but he's always thinking, if this is that, how come this is that? You know, put reasoning into every action and reaction. So those things did not make sense to him. There he is explaining it. Let me move it back slightly.
Be like that for you. That doesn't make sense. Just because you suffered, that doesn't mean that your kids have to suffer. In fact, quite the opposite. If you suffered, do everything you can to make sure that whatever experiences negative experiences that you had, you can make it right for your kids. We chose to put our mental health first. That's what we're doing, and that's what we will continue to do. Isn't this all about breaking the cycle? Isn't this all about making sure that history doesn't repeat itself? That whatever pain and suffering has happened to you, that you don't pass on?
Okay, so that's that. Harry gets it. So the institution, they know exactly what they're doing. They were too smart. The institution want to remain the way it is, getting millions, doing absolutely nothing. So these people, Harry, Meghan, were shedding light on things that the royal family could do to make the people's lives better. They don't want to do that, but instead they create chaos. Okay, kick them out of there. Okay, look at William doing absolutely nothing. When he was the president of the football association, the women went to a final. Did he show up? Whatever feeling he has toward women's sports, he didn't even bother. Nobody told him anything. And then when he went to another football match not too long ago, okay, his team lost. I don't know. I guess certain things were said, and he's no longer the president of the football association anymore. And then when tax return were supposed to be shown to the public, see how things were spent, he said, I'm not gonna show it. So they want to remain wherever they are, and whatever money they're receiving, they wanna keep it private, the things they didn't afford Harry and Meghan, the privacy kind of thing. But for them, they want that privacy. So much can be said. Let me read some of. Oh, that's it. That made me cry. Okay, that made my cry again. That made me cry again. I was angry with Harry for this. I know I shouldn't judge him, but I really pushed me off. Okay, that's that. There's no more comment. So I'm done with the list that I have for this channel, and I have 4 more that will be on PYTE. And I see my notification has 3 comments. Let me see what they are and if it's worth sharing with you. Okay, I guess I could share these 2 with you here. Alright, so this is the same thing. Somebody retweeted it. Okay, so this, I didn't put it on the list. Alright, let's pause. Alright, I wonder who were the white men who pushed the native out of America. Where did those white men came from? But who's pushing them out of the UK though? What was the Wendros something, I don't know what they call it, Wendros something was about. Okay, so there's that. 2 people like it and 1 retweet. Let's go into it. And then it's funny, I should have put it on the list, but I didn't. Alright, what did she just say? I cannot believe my ears. She said what? Okay, it's 26 seconds. Let's listen. And remember my caption, okay, is making reference to what the woman said.
Early afternoon, hundreds had gathered in Middlesbrough's city centre. Everyone we spoke to condemned the violence, hated the term hard right, and just feel immigration's out of control, opinions forceful, and to many fanciful. It's our country.
It's funny, again, that image that I said at the beginning of this video, where I see it, as if King Charles, and the other, establishment up there who's comfortable with their pile of money, just looking at the screen, sipping on their tea and turning their spoon on their cups, to drink their tea, looking at these people making a mess out of the situation for them. Alright, so let's continue. They're talking about immigration.
It's our country and we're getting pushed out. I understand how the Native Indians felt in America. Because that's what the white man did when he pushed them out. One is the white man getting pushed out of this country. Early afternoon.
Okay, listen to her again, like right here.
And we're getting pushed out. I understand how the Native Indians felt in America. Now, because that's what the white man did when he pushed them out. One is the white man getting pushed out of this country.
Okay, so she understand what those Indian, was it when white men were pushing them out? But who were they? Who were the white men? Isn't your people went around the world pushing everybody out? Oh my goodness, let's see it. For those of you who would like to watch the news program, the clip is from its Channel 4 news broadcast. Okay, so that's somewhere in the UK. Okay, so that's that. The genocide of Native Americans by white men is equal to was that? Check notes, the British government's migration policy. Okay. I'm pretty sure if I didn't post the clip itself, no one will have believed me. Okay, who is pushing her out? Who? That's what I'm saying. I have a theory, but I'm not saying anything. Okay, wait. Okay, oh yes, wow, just wow. You should see the rest of the clip, Channel 4 News yesterday. After this, that's it. Let me pause this. Wipe out almost all native Indians was just a bit of import substitution, just like migration in 21st century UK. Like what's going on in the Middle East as well. Alright, this is my comment here again. I'm not gonna play. I wonder who were the white men who pushed the natives out of America. Where did those white men come from? But who's pushing them out of the UK though? What was Windrush something was about? Okay, from my understanding, the Windrush thing were import. Okay, just like that TikToker was saying. Because during World War II, there were no skilled workers over there in the UK and they were wiped out. They were dead. So they had to bring people in to rebuild the country. Alright, so there's this here. The HMT Empire Windrush brought 492 Jamaicans to the United Kingdom in 1948, which is considered the beginning of the mass migration of Caribbean immigrants to the UK. The ship left Jamaica on May 24, 1948 and arrived at Tilbury Dock in Essex on June 21st, 1948. With the passengers disembarking the following day. The Windrush arrival is symbolic of the Windrush generation. Okay, I think that's what it's called, Windrush generation, which refers to the Commonwealth citizen who came to live in Britain between 1948 and 1971. Okay, as historian David Olusoga point out, in March 1947, the SS Ormond transported 108 migrants from Jamaica to Liverpool. In December that year, the Almanzaro, carrying around 200 people from the West Indies, docked at Southampton. Alright, so they can't build it, so they bring those people in to build it for, and then this is the treatment that they're getting. Alright, so that's it for this video. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Don't forget to check my shop, Spreadshop and Zazzle. Spreadshop is linked to my YouTube channels, and Zazzle, the link is in the description. Both of them are in the description. But Zazzle, it deals more with puzzles and things like that. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.